Breaking
Yes.
the wall of brain diagnosis. Assaf Horowitz, Brain Vivo, Israel.
Hi all. I'm going to ask you a question I believe no one asked you before. And the question is, when was the last time you've checked your brain? I mean, I'm sure that most of you have done blood tests to check your glucose and cholesterol levels. But why is it, when it comes to our brain, we do nothing to make sure that everything is in order? You should ask yourself this question since, statistically, 1/3 of the people in this room will be diagnosed in some sort of brain disease. And the diagnosis will be given in a very late stage, when treatment is less effective. It takes years to diagnose brain diseases and disorders, and the reason for that is the great wall of resolution limitation of our imaging technologies. Now, we know today that the pathology starts at the cellular level, but even MRI, the most sensitive tool we have today for brain imaging, is sensitive to brain tissue. And brain tissues contains hundreds or thousands of cells. If we want to see the early stage of the pathology, we need to look at brain cells, which, if we want to do that today, we need to take the brain out of the patient and put it underneath the microscope. Now, the last revolution in MRI imaging was the ability to see the brain cables. We call them axons. And to visualize the brain connectivity on the tissue level. In my PhD research, I have developed a new way to dive into those cables, see the water molecules movement inside axons, measure its diameter, and make it a biomarker for early detection of brain diseases. Our first application was multiple sclerosis. It's a brain disease. As you can see, with those two MRI images, you cannot see the pathology. But when adding our information on the MRI images, you can see that the right individual has smaller axon in the range of multiple sclerosis. And we are supporting physicians today for early diagnostic of multiple sclerosis with 92% of success rate. It's the next study to be published. Now, one might ask, what can you do with early diagnostic when you have no treatment? So in those brain diseases that we have treatment today, time is brain. And the earlier you detect it, the earlier you treat it, and the outcomes are better. In other brain diseases that we don't have treatment today, early diagnostic will help pharmaceutical companies to develop new drugs for early stages of brain diseases. I turned my PhD into a company called Brain Vivo to push it from bench to bedside. So please, don't wait, because it will be too late. Get your axons measured. Thank you.